boxing, this is really hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind.
Years. What do you think of that?
Sad. Just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever.
Dude, he's young, he's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps people.
The clash between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios is more than just a fight. It's a collision of pride, legacy, and fierce determination. Both men step into the ring with something to prove. Barrios is young, hungry, and ready to test himself against a legend, while Pacquiao carries decades of experience and a champion's spirit. The tension is electric as the heat builds between them. For Pacquiao, this battle isn't about age or speed, it's about mindset. He believes boxing begins in the mind, and without belief in yourself, there's no reason to fight.
Boxing, this is really hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind, then stop boxing. Forget about boxing. But as long as you dedicated, you have fire, you have you have interest to punish yourself like that, for hard work, you enjoy doing hard work, training like that, discipline, then go for it. Like, continue boxing.
Yeah.
But
if you do that, you'll be successful.
Of course. But something like comes to your mind, like especially in the middle of like preparation, like let's say 2 months after 1 month training, it's like tired, like lazy.
I agree.
Renowned trainer Joel Diaz has voiced serious concern over Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring. According to him, there comes a point in every fighter's life when stepping back is the smarter choice than stepping in. At 46, Pacquiao is not only facing younger and more active competition, but is also putting his health and legacy at risk. Diaz emphasizes that while Manny's dedication is undeniable, age remains an unavoidable factor in boxing. Fighters may still have the heart, but the body doesn't always respond the same. For Diaz, Pacquiao has nothing left to prove.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger. He's big. He's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. In my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories.
While some fighters hold admiration for Pacquiao and hope for his victory, they don't see it happening. One fighter admits that although he wishes Manny would win, reality favors Mario Barrios. Barrios, younger and in his physical prime, brings speed, power, and a strategic mindset that could overpower even a seasoned legend. The fighter respects Pacquiao's greatness, but he believes this is the wrong opponent for a comeback. He sees Barrios as a rising threat, who is ready to seize this moment, while Manny might not have the tools left to stop him.
You're about to do 10 rounds of sparring.
Yes, sir.
Give me 12 days away, Manny Pacquiao Barrios. Who wins and why?
Oh, man. I really hope Pacquiao wins, but I really don't see it happening. I think Barrios right now, he's in his prime. He got real good trainers behind him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Pacquiao don't got, but I just think the age and stuff like that is gonna play a big role in that fight.
Keith Thurman, a former opponent of Pacquiao, brings a unique perspective. He recalls Pacquiao's incredible shape when he fought Yordenis Ugas, saying the Filipino icon looked sharp and prepared. While Thurman acknowledges Barrios' punching power, he believes Pacquiao can still withstand that kind of pressure. Thurman has felt Pacquiao's strength firsthand and knows how calculated and explosive he can be, even at an older age. For Thurman, if Pacquiao steps into the ring with the same conditioning and sharpness he showed in his recent past, he can absorb Barrios' shots and possibly turn the tide in his favor.
Pacquiao coming back. I don't like when Pacquiao comes back off layoffs. When he fought me, he was active, even though he was at the age that he was very active. I think I was like his third fight that year or his third fight within like 13, 14 months, right? So he was very active at the time. And then when he fought Ugas after COVID, after the victory over me, scheduled to fight Spence, injury, had to fight Ugas, last minute replacement, yada, yada, yada. But Ugas got the best of him, right? And now coming off of another layoff, I think Mario Barrios can box smart and get the best of him. The dangerous thing is Mario Barrios is there to be hit. You know, I caught him, I rocked him, Tank got him with a body shot, and you know, Pacquiao is still gonna have some clippers. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have some clippers on him. You know, so if he clips the chin, if he clips the body right, you know, I think he has an opportunity of hurting Barrios, but not sure what the speed's gonna look like at this time. The weight coming off, he's done a few exhibitions. He hasn't had to be at that upper echelon of fighting per se. So it's gonna be interesting, man. A lot of fight fans are just gonna enjoy to see what Pacquiao brings to the table. But I highly doubt. I highly doubt I'll have an opportunity to get a rematch. You know, I'm not gonna not take it. You know, I've been wanting to punch that boy for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it'd be exciting to see him do great.
There's been speculation that Pacquiao returns solely for an easy payday, using his name to secure an exhibition-style match and walk away with a large purse. Many assume he's following the trend of retired boxers capitalizing on their fame with low-risk bouts. However, those close to Pacquiao say this isn't true. He has taken the fight seriously, training intensely, and preparing for a legitimate war against a tough opponent. He understands the strength Barrios brings and isn't underestimating him. Pacquiao isn't here for show. He's preparing for a real challenge and aiming to silence the skeptics with action, not excuses.
Thinking, well, what's the worst version of Manny we could see? We've seen the best versions of Manny. What's the worst version of Manny we could see against Mario Barrios? And that ain't it. You're going to get a Manny Pacquiao that is fine-tuned, a Manny Pacquiao that is ready, a Manny Pacquiao that has, check this out, not been sitting down watching exhibitions and saying, I'm about to have an exhibition fight. That's what that was. That was him sitting down, sad because he hadn't been in the sport in a little while, and he saw a little opportunity for him to do something. And I'm not sure if the people around him told him that he should get ready for it, but when you're on the outside and you're looking at what's going on with these exhibitions, and it's an easy way to make money and use your image and all that kind of stuff, that's what he did. He got ready for an exhibition fight. 3 rounds. I mean, the moment I heard you say 3 rounds, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just keep moving past this. This is not the same thing. He knows this is a 12-round war against Azteca Mario Barrios. He's not going to come to the ring in any way, shape, form, or fashion the way that he did against Ampo. And I'm telling you right now, I promise you, if he does, I'll drop down and give you 100 push-ups straight. It ain't gonna happen. We got elite Mario Barrios. He's earned his position of being elite. He's elite. I hear what you're saying about his mentality. I just got a feeling that even though he's going through the rhythm and the routine of that's Pacquiao and I'm just Mario Barrios.
Trainer Robert Garcia believes Pacquiao made a smart choice by picking Barrios over other potential opponents. While Barrios is not an easy challenge, he is still more manageable compared to rising stars. Garcia explains that if Pacquiao had chosen someone like Norman, the chances of severe damage would have been much higher. Barrios is still a champion and a strong competitor, but Garcia feels Pacquiao's style might match up better here. It's not an easy road, but it's not the most dangerous one either. According to Garcia, Pacquiao still has a chance to win.
4 years out of the ring and everything against Mario Barrios. Your thoughts on that fight?
Look, I think it's a fight that just because of the card that they put together, it's gonna do really good. The arena is gonna be sold out. People are gonna order on pay-per-view. I think it's gonna do really good numbers because of the whole undercard. I think Pacquiao, you know,
went to the I can't say the easiest because Barrios is a world champion, so I can't say he's easy either, man. But it did, you know, if you know he wouldn't fight against Norman.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fight against Boots. You know what I mean? Because Boots was the champion. Now that he wouldn't have fought against Boots. He would have never fought against Norman. Those guys would have hurt Pacquiao. So he chose Barrios, which also fights for PBC, so made it a lot easier. But Barrios he's young, he's big, he's hungry. You know, he's at performances where we question his, skills, chin. But he has heart, man. He has heart, and Pacquiao's 46, so that's a big difference right there. I would love to see Pacquiao make history and become, the youngest. He already is the oldest welterweight champion.
Yeah.
But 6 years later, he's gonna break his own record.
Mario Barrios' trainer didn't hold back. He sent a clear warning to Team Pacquiao, pointing out that while Manny has spent years training with Freddie Roach and has learned plenty, so has Barrios. He implied that Barrios has absorbed techniques and strategies from top-level camps and is bringing that knowledge into the fight. The message was clear. Barrios isn't coming in blind. He knows what to expect from Pacquiao and has been preparing with just as much intensity. This isn't going to be a one-sided battle. Both camps are aware of each other's strengths and are ready.
A lot of time we spent together. Picked up a lot of things from you. Freddie, I was in that gym a long time, Freddie. I picked up a lot of things watching those camps with Manny Pacquiao right there, baby. We know a lot of things from there. I was in there every day watching him. And unfortunately for him, there's a lot of things we're going to bring to the table on July 19th of the things that I seen with Manny Pacquiao. We're coming, baby. You know that, Freddie. I was there a lot of time, Freddie. We did a lot of time in there, in and around Manny Pacquiao. You know that, Freddie. And you know that too, Manny.
Despite the concerns, hopes remain high among fans and fighters who continue to see Pacquiao as a living legend. He's not just a boxer. He's a symbol of resilience and greatness. Many in the boxing world would love to see him win again, carve one more line into the history books. Even with his age and the pressure against him, there's widespread support for his comeback. People admire his courage and ambition to challenge himself once more. Now, it's about that greatness can defy time and showing that the spirit of a champion never fades.
What do you think of Manny Pacquiao?
The GOAT.
I think he wins his next fight against Barrios.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see him win it, He's a legendary fighter and someone that I've watched on tape and studied, so.
Great person too.
Yeah, I never met him before in real life, but.
You never met him?
Never.
Robert Garcia didn't just talk about Pacquiao, the fighter. He praised Pacquiao, the man. He noted that the Filipino icon is driven by more than personal glory. His people adore him, and he carries their hopes into the ring. Garcia admitted that age is not on Pacquiao's side, and this comeback will be one of the hardest challenges of his career. But he believes Manny's athleticism and mindset make him capable of doing something extraordinary. Garcia sees a man not just fighting for a belt, but fighting for pride, for history, and for millions who believe in him.
Do you understand why maybe Pacquiao's coming back maybe after a performance like that against a Mario Barrios?
Well, look, after Barrios' last performance, I think Pacquiao wasn't the only one. I think there was many calls to the Cubas and PBC people about fighting Barrios. But Barrios is a great dude. He's young. He's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps. People love him in his country, and not only in his country, in the whole world. People love him. People always support him. People are behind him, and he's doing it to make history. If he becomes champion, there's been very few that could do something that have done something like that in their 40s to come back and actually mid-40s, late 40s, and come back and become world champion. He just wants to make history and be the best in history, because maybe he will. But it's going to be tough. At 46, bro, I'm 4 years older than him, man. and
4 years ago, you didn't want to make a comeback?
Man, I didn't want to make a comeback when I was 30, and I had been retired for only 4 years, and I was 30, and a lot of people would tell me, Robert, you're young, Robert, you can still do something. There's a lot of fights, Morales, Barrera, even Pacquiao was already fighting. There's a lot of money out there. But nah, man, I didn't feel like doing it. So, it's different. Mikey, Mikey's 37, and we've told him, Mike, you can still do 1 or 2 more fights, and he just feels like No, at 37. So just imagine 10 years.
That veteran commentator Jim Lampley offered a more emotional take, saying that while Pacquiao's return isn't surprising, it's still sad. He believes fighters like Manny struggle to walk away because they miss the adrenaline, the lights, the cheers. It's part of who they are. Lampley doesn't criticize Manny's decision, but reflects on the painful truth that many greats return not out of necessity, but out of a desire to feel alive again. For him, it's part of boxing's cycle. Legends often come back for one last taste of glory. He knows Pacquiao will be paid well, but wonders about the emotional cost.
Over the years, what do you think of that?
Sad. Just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever. However, on the other hand, fighters fight. It's what they do. Hey, Jim Lampley was gone for 6 years. Was it stupid for him to choose to come back and fall a fight? Was it a risk? Was there a possibility that he could embarrass himself and fall on his face? Are there some viewers and listeners out there who think that's exactly what he did? Sure, that's possible. But I was back doing something I love and I was getting paid for it. So I understand why Manny wants to come back and do something he loves and get paid for it. But it's one thing to talk into a microphone when you've been a few years away and you're a little bit older. It's entirely a different thing to go in and hit and get hit.
Across the boxing world, one consistent view remains. Age is Pacquiao's toughest opponent. Analysts say that no matter how skilled or experienced a fighter is, aging slows the body down. Reflexes fade, stamina declines, and injuries take longer to heal. Even with hard training, it's impossible to turn back the clock completely. This doesn't mean Pacquiao has no chance, but it means every second in the ring is more dangerous than it once was. The risk is real, and his margin for error is thinner than ever before. Experience helps, but youth can sometimes overwhelm even the most seasoned veteran.
So Manny Pacquiao is going to get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, Mario Barrios is far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. This dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this fight.
Many believe that the real reason fighters like Pacquiao return is emotional. It's not just about money or legacy. It's about the irreplaceable feeling of being in the ring. The cheers, the lights, the pride. It's something that even retirement can't replace. Fighters often miss that rush and chase it again, hoping to relive it one more time. But observers also remind us that nostalgia can be dangerous. Pacquiao didn't look his best in his last fight, and signs of decline were clear.
I understand that Manny Pacquiao is the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's an 8 division world champion, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport of boxing. He's a great family man, great philanthropist, does a lot for his community. I ain't saying nothing bad about Manny Pacquiao. In fact, I'm worried for his well-being. Seen this with some of the boxing greats like Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, just to name a few. Bernard Hopkins, personally my favorite fighter of all time. They don't know how to let the game go, right? They always get that itch. They miss the allure. The crowd, the cheers, the boos, the spectacle that comes with the sport of boxing. I get it. I can understand why Manny Pacquiao is still trying to hold on to what was in the past, right? Which is why my beef was with Mario Barrios. Because, bro, you need your ass whooped, right? Because last time I saw Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition fight, let alone a real fight versus Yordenis Ugas, he looked terrible. He looked like he was about to get stopped. Remember the fight that was supposed to happen between him and Errol Spence? And things like that. I'm going to come in and put on a one-sided ass whooping and things like that. Manny Pacquiao is a great future Hall of Famer. He's a legend, but I feel like my skills and fundamentals is going to be the deciding factor in that fight. Remember when Errol Spence pulled out of that fight due to an eye injury? Manny Pacquiao lost to Yordenis Ugas. The same Yordenis Ugas that's been getting dinged on ever since he fought Errol Spence. Instead of trying to unify the division with Brian Norman, who currently holds the WBO strap, right? Instead of trying to unify with another unified champion at 147 in Jerome Boots Ennis, who many deem as the new boogeyman in the sport, especially at 147. Yeah, I said it. You decide to fight Manny Pacquiao for the big payday, in my Canelo voice. And I say all that to say, bro, you know you need your ass whipped, right? Boxing guys don't like ugly. And if you keep playing with the sport of boxing, eventually the sport of boxing is going to get back at you. And oh man, when Brian Norman, or dare I even say Jerome Boots Ennis, that's even if you have the balls to fight them, yeah, I said it, get their hands on you, you going to get stopped, bro, because you know you dead wrong for going up against a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Facts, he threw a big facts.
Jim Lampley explains that for fighters, the thrill of the ring is deeply addictive. Nothing else brings that same rush or happiness. So when the opportunity to fight again appears, it's almost impossible to resist. It's not just about money. It's about feeling alive in the only way they know.
In a friendship way. I said, Ray, why is it that you can't give this up? It's one of the greatest quotes I ever heard. He said, Jim, I tried owning restaurants and I tried eating in restaurants. I tried dancing in nightclubs and I tried owning nightclubs. I did every other thing I could do that was supposed to give me that kind of feedback. There is nothing in life that matches the moment of standing up off your stool, sweat glistening on your chest, naked in the eyes of the world except for those trunks and shoes, and stepping forward into the spotlight to face another man.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.